I'm Andy MacNeil, host of the Puck Portfolio, Canada Sports Betting's new hockey podcast. I'm here weekdays on the Canada Sports Betting YouTube channel and wherever you get your podcasts to provide projections, betting advice, and strategies to help you make informed bets throughout the NHL season. Thank you all for helping to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers in just over 2 weeks. Please, if you have not already, like the video and subscribe to the Canada Sports Betting YouTube channel. Also, if you're thinking about signing up for one of the many sportsbooks that are available to Canadians, please check out canadasportsbetting.ca to find sportsbook reviews and offers. Link in the description below. All right, let's go. Now, for the first time in NHL history, all 32 teams will hit the ice on the same day in what ESPN is calling Frozen Frenzy. So ESPN is bringing you a whip around Frozen Frenzy show on ESPN Plus and ESPN2. Similar to NFL Red Zone, but for the NHL, Frozen Frenzy will show you the best moments from every game. They've got a triple header starting with the Toronto Maple Leafs and Washington Capitals, followed by the Boston Bruins and Chicago Blackhawks, and closing out with the Vegas Golden Knights and the Philadelphia Flyers, plus 13 additional games. We're going to get to watch hockey all freaking night long. Let's get into a quick schedule breakdown, shall we? If you've been here before, you know the deal. The rest days are in the column closest to the team name. And then you've got the load column, which gives you a little bit more context. It tells you whether a team is playing back to back or 3 games in 4 nights, 4 games in 6 nights, etc. Helps out with the context. You can take a screenshot of this to factor it into your handicapping. I've already factored it into mine. So let's get into the projections and see what I'm betting on Tuesday. First up, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs at the Washington Capitals. And of course, odds are subject to change. Now, Ilya Samsonov has saved the Maple Leafs 21 goals above expected, or at least he did last season, according to hockey stats website Evolving Hockey, which ranked 9th among all goaltenders in 2022-23. Now, I don't pretend to know everything there is to know about goaltenders, but I'm starting to wonder whether or not Joseph Wall is better than Ilya Samsonov. He's seen limited action at 25 years of age, but he's got 10 wins in 13 career games, including a shutout dating back to the 2021-22 season. Wool has a 928 career save percentage and has saved the team approximately 8 goals above expected in his career so far. I've still got Samsonov rated higher than Wall based on how good he was last season, but that's changing with every bad start that the veteran goaltender makes. Samsonov graded out poorly prior to joining the Maple Leafs. When he was in Washington, he struggled for several years. Toronto's been good through the lens of expected goals, but they're underperforming on offense and defense relative to last season by roughly 1 goal per 60 minutes of even strength play. Meanwhile, Washington looks really bad, so you've got a bit of an unlucky Leafs team coming in against a really bad Capitals team. My projection model lists the Maple Leafs as a minus 169 favorite, so I've risked 1 unit to win 0.65 units at minus 154, which were the odds that were available at TonyBet at the start of the show. That's pretty much where I would cut this one off, but I do have some interest in the next game on the schedule. It's the Anaheim Ducks at the Columbus Blue Jackets. Pretty ugly matchup, right? But there is some intrigue here because it's the first time that Leo Carlson and Adam Fantilli could possibly go head to head. As you know, everybody thought the Ducks would be selecting Adam Fantilli with the number 2 pick in the 2023 NHL entry draft, but general manager Pat Verbeek had a different plan. He selected Leo Carlson with the number 2 pick, and that was fine by GM Jarmo Kekalainen in Columbus, who happily selected Fantilli with the number 3 overall pick. So like I said, they're set to go head to head for the first time in their respective careers on Tuesday. But according to Eric Stevens of The Athletic, Carlson will occasionally sit out in the first half of the season, and it will not be performance-based. He sat out on Sunday versus the Boston Bruins, and according to Stevens, General Manager Pat Verbeek has a plan to have Fantilli be a horse in the second half. Not really sure what that means, but interesting nonetheless. Of course, the real story here, though, is Patrick Laine. He's still listed day to day after receiving a devastating hit from Calgary defenseman Rasmus Anderson with just 2 seconds left on the clock in Friday's win over the over the Flames. Sorry, Line did not make the trip to Minnesota after the game, and as a result, he missed the Blue Jackets 5-4 overtime win over the Wild. The Blue Jackets, they're back home now, obviously, but it's unclear if Line will be back in the lineup. Columbus looked good versus Calgary and Minnesota on back-to-back nights without Line, but there's no way the Blue Jackets deserve to be carrying these odds. Anaheim should not be a plus 155 underdog. But I don't want to place a straight bet on this one with Line's status up in the air. If he could play, that would be a big difference maker. So I included the Ducks in a two-team money line parlay with the Maple Leafs at plus 321 odds for 0.5 units. That'll be a fun one to get things started on Tuesday. Buffalo at Ottawa. The Red Wings, they surprised a lot of people when they beat the Senators on Saturday. Now, is it the Sabres' turn? I don't know. The projection model, they have the Sens, who will have had 2 days off, listed as minus 145 favorites, with the Sabres playing 2 games in 2 days. They're in Montreal on Monday. Sebastian Aho has missed the last 3 games for the Carolina Hurricanes. Goldrick Frederick Anderson has also been out, same with sniper Andrei Svechnikov, and defenseman Brett Pesce missed the last game as well. Now, Carolina's underlying metrics, they look worse than they have in about as long as I can remember, but thankfully for the Hurricanes, that's the case for Tampa Bay too. The Lightning rank 4th worst in expected goals percentage at 5-on-5. The number you see on the screen, the projection model has Carolina listed at minus 136. That's if they put out their full lineup, not including Andrei Svechnikov. So if that's not the case, things start to tick down. This one could get all the way down to a coin flip if Aho, Anderson, and Pesce are all out of the lineup for the Hurricanes. So something to watch there. For now, New Jersey at Montreal. This is another one that I've got a lot of interest in. Look, Jack Hughes, he's a lot of fun, right? He's got 4 goals and 10 points in 4 games. And he's put himself right into the Hart Trophy conversation, as ridiculous as this sounds at this point in the season. Some other intrigue here, though, with Nico Hischier dealing with something. Sportsnet Elliot Friedman has reported that Hischier will be good to go for Monday's practice. Hischier has gone without a point in all 4 appearances so far this season, but if he comes into Monday's practice with no issues, Hischier will play Tuesday in Montreal. So I locked in a big 2.5 unit play on the Devils at minus 154 because the projection model says that they should be priced at minus 190, even with Hischier's status up in the air. It's a good play up to minus 175, but for just 1 unit, you should reduce your stake accordingly based on the odds. I've got a great price, and that warranted a bigger bet, right? Dallas Stars at the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins, they've allowed 16 goals in 5 games. Not bad. But by my count, roughly a dozen of those goals have come directly off of zone entries, meaning the opposing team scored almost immediately after carrying the puck into the zone off the rush. The Penguins, they weren't a good team when it came to defending zone entries and limiting rush chances in 22-23, and the results aren't good this season. In fact, go look at all 4 goals St. Louis scored on Saturday. Everyone comes off a rush that led to a clean zone entry. The Penguins look so confused. They had no idea how to set up here. So I'm worried about this against the Stars. The Stars have some forwards that can break into the zone really fast and create some good chances. So that'll be an interesting one. But right now, I've got Dallas as a minus 109 favorite against the Penguins, assuming it is Ottinger and Jarry between the pipes. San Jose at Florida. Look, Florida disappointed me with their loss to the Canucks. The Panthers, they were maybe playing over their heads to start the season. They are pretty injured. I'm not interested in laying a big price on the Florida Panthers at this point. The projection model believes they should be priced at minus 237. Colorado and the New York Islanders, they're also going head to head. My word, the Islanders are hard to watch, right? The Devils and the Sabres outplayed them badly over the weekend. I was happy to see the Devils do that because I won money betting against the Islanders on New Jersey. But I lost most of that back betting on them to beat Buffalo the very next day. So a little upset with the Islanders right now. The projection model, it's starting to show some value, some small value on the Islanders money line. I don't like that at all. Seattle and Detroit. Look, the Kraken, they suffered a big, huge blow on Sunday when they learned that forward Andre Burakovsky will miss 6 to 8 weeks with an upper body injury. This is a big loss for the Kraken. They're already facing challenges offensively. Burakovsky ranks second on the team in shots to this year to date, and he grades out as one of their best playmakers. And not great for what they're up against on Tuesday. One of the hottest teams, the hottest offensive teams in the NHL, the Detroit Red Wings. Wow, that feels weird to say. I've got Detroit as a minus 145 favorite. No bet on this game as of right now. Boston at Chicago. Look, it's another easy matchup for the Bruins. Like I said last week, Boston, they've got the easiest schedule in October, and it wasn't going to be shocking to see them go 7-0, and they just might. So I'm not interested in betting on the Bruins. Big prices. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know enough about this team in the post Patrice Bergeron era to justify laying those kind of prices. Boston is a minus 190 favorite versus Chicago, according to the projection model. Central Division matchup between the St. Louis Blues and the Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg should win this one about 61% of the time, according to the model. Obviously, I'm assuming that Hellebuck and Binnington will be the starting goaltenders. Now, there's a lot of interest here between Edmonton and Minnesota because we learned that Oilers superstar Connor McDavid will miss the next 1 to 2 weeks due to an injury he sustained in Saturday's loss versus the Winnipeg Jets. McDavid is in danger of missing the highly anticipated Heritage Classic on October 29th at Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. I talked to Jeff Davis, NHL odds maker from Circus Sports in Las Vegas, about what McDavid's injury means to the betting line, and he said that Edmonton goes from being a team like New Jersey or Toronto to being a team like Calgary or Ottawa. And I'd have to agree. Still, I don't think Leon Draisaitl and the Oilers should be an underdog against the Minnesota Wild, even on the road, because Minnesota looks really, really bad. So even without McDavid, I've got the Oilers projected to win this game 52% of the time. They would have been projected to win it about 63% of the time if McDavid wasn't hurt, but he is. But that means I'm on the Oilers at plus 115. It's a bigger 1.5 unit play as well. I think the Oilers should be a minus 112 favorite. So one more game that arbitrarily I think I'd lean toward the Predators here, but the projection model only sees Nashville as a minus 130 favorite. So it doesn't look like I will be having any action in the Canucks versus Predators game, but I do have some action on the Rangers. And my first reaction to seeing the odds for the Rangers for their upcoming game against the Calgary Flames was, did somebody die? Like, what is going on here? Why are the Rangers an underdog against the Flames? That was my reaction, right? And plus 104 were the odds that I was able to lock in. I locked in the New York Rangers for 2 units at those odds. And I think the Rangers are a good 1 unit play at minus 115 or better. Adjust your stake accordingly, depending on the odds you get. But the Rangers should get the job done versus the Flames more often than not. The projection model sees them as a minus 126 favorite if Igor Shesterkin is in goal for New York. The Coyotes, they're in LA taking on the Kings. They're a lot of fun. They picked up 2 wins for me over the weekend, and there's some value here by the looks of things. I haven't locked in Arizona yet, but I think I'll be doing that as soon as the show is over. I will update you on Twitter, so follow me at Digital Gambler if you have not already. Arizona, they're right behind the Kings in terms of 5-on-5 expected goals percentage, but their shooting and saving luck has been way better than that of LA. The Coyotes up around plus 150 or better at this point. The projection model sees them as a plus 140 underdog. Oh God, not the Flyers. I do not want to talk about the Flyers, man. Did I get this team wrong? They look really good. Philadelphia looks really good. I'm not sure how long it'll last, but the projection model does not suggest betting against the Flyers or on the Vegas Golden Knights in this one. The Flyers, they've got the 4th best expected goals percentage at 5-on-5 to start the season. Just incredible. And still no word on whether Vegas will have Alex Pietrangelo back in the lineup in time for this game. So that is something that bettors will want to watch out for as they handicap the Flyers and the Vegas Golden Knights tilt to end things off on Tuesday. It's going to be a great day for hockey. I'm on the New York Rangers at plus 104 for 2 units, all the way up to minus 115 for 1 unit. I'm on the Toronto Maple Leafs at minus 154, 1 unit to win 0.65 units. I'm on the Edmonton Oilers at plus 115. I bet on them 1.5 units at plus 115. And I've got the Maple Leafs and the Ducks in a small 2-team parlay plus 321 odds 0.5 units. Like I said, I'm probably going to lock in the Arizona Coyotes as well, but I will let you all know on Twitter at Digital Gambler. So if you haven't follow me there right now, and we'll get you set up for Tuesday's NHL action. Thank you for joining me on Monday's episode of the Puck Portfolio. Enjoy Frozen Frenzy. Good luck with your bets, and please remember to gamble responsibly.